The county championship in week 3 only gave us 4 matches finishing on Monday, but honestly, that just means we can give each of them the love, detail, and unnecessary emotional overinvestment that they deserve. Just before we get into it though, remember to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this. And I'm just saying, throw in a comment every now and again. Just saying. Now then, on to the review. Let's start in Division 1, where Somerset beat Hampshire by 2 wickets in a properly tense finish at Southampton. Hampshire made 238 in the first innings. Somerset replied with 288. Hampshire then posted 336 in their second innings, and Somerset got home with 288. They won by 2 wickets. They lost 8 wickets. Tom Abell was the match winner with an unbeaten 101. James Rew made 86 in the first innings and 59 in the chase, while Sonny Baker took 5 for 62 for Hampshire in the 4th innings. He was in my fantasy team in the cricket draft this week. Good for me. For Hampshire, Jake Lehman made 76 in the first innings and 50 in the second. Nick Gubbins made 83. Ben Brown made 66. And Lewis Gregory's 5 for 42 in Hampshire's second innings was absolutely massive in terms of setting up the chase. This was one of those matches that kept changing shape. Hampshire were in charge early, then Somerset fought back, then Hampshire rebuilt, then Somerset had to hold their nerve in a chase that was never quite straightforward and ultimately extremely tense. At one point, Somerset needed 148 to win on the final day, and they came out quite nervy. It was old school, careful, patient, and then suddenly very tense once Rew fell early and Sonny Baker started creating panic. Baker, facing his old county, produced his 3rd first-class fifer, but Tom Abell stayed calm enough to make the whole thing look slightly less chaotic than it really was. He finished the game by whipping the final winning boundary through mid-wicket to reach his 100, and Somerset's start to the season looks fantastic. They win the game by 2 wickets. They took 20 points from the match and moved to 54 points, top of Division 1. Warwickshire are 2nd on 39. Essex are 5th on 28. Hampshire are 6th. On 25. The important caveat is, of course, that Nottinghamshire and Sussex have only played 2 matches, so Somerset's lead is real, but slightly we've got our homework in early real. Still, 2 wins and a draw from 3, including back-to-back away wins. That's a pretty good opening statement, a good start to the season for sure. Hampshire, meanwhile, have now lost twice in 3 games. Also, a quick note on James Rew. He's scoring lots and lots and lots of runs right now. England are looking for a new opener for their test side. He's been churning out runs at a ridiculous rate already this season, also looking very good doing it. If you're looking for early season England chatter, that noise is only going to get louder. The other Division 1 game was at Edgbaston, where Warwickshire beat Essex by 41 runs in another excellent scrap. Warwickshire made 190 in the first innings and 220 in the second. Essex replied with 205 first time around and was set 206 to win and got bowled out for 164. Sam Haines, 88 not out, rescued Warwickshire in the first innings. Bo Webster made 91 in the second. Jamie Porter took 4 for 59 for Essex in the first innings. Sam Cook took 5 for 58 in the second. And then Keith Barker turned back the clock in Essex's chase with 4 for 29. That decisive moment really was the start of the final morning. Essex resumed on 11 without loss, needing 195 more. Keith Barker produced the kind of over that makes you feel about 74 years old, even if you're in your 20s. He took 3 wickets in his first over of the day. Dean Elgar was trapped LBW, offering no stroke. Sam Cook chipped to cover 2 balls later, and Charlie Allison was then bowled by 1 that kept low. Essex went from mildly interested in the chase to 21 for 4, which is generally not ideal when you're trying to win a cricket match. To Essex's credit, they didn't fold completely. Luke Benkenstein made a career-best 39 from 93 balls. Zaman Akhtar on debut added 51 with Simon Harmer for the 9th wicket to drag Warwickshire into a nervous finish. But Warwickshire held on. And the wider point here is that this their first win of the season, and it pushes them up to 39 points in the table. Essex, after successive defeats, are down to 5th on 28. So that table is already starting to show one of county cricket's favourite truths. You can feel like you're not doing too badly and still look up and find 3 or 4 teams that politely just walk right past you. It happens very quickly. Barker's return is just, we need to talk about this a little bit. His first championship appearance for Warwickshire for 8 years, and he marked it by effectively detonating Essex's top order on that last morning. Outstanding. Ethan Bamber also quietly keeps doing very important things. That he's taken 14 wickets in his first 3 championship games of the season. Warwickshire suddenly looked much healthier than they did when they were 113 for 7 on the first evening. Into Division 2 now, and Lancashire beat Gloucestershire by 4 wickets at Bristol. Gloucestershire made 136 in the first innings and then rallied strongly with 305 in the second. Lancashire made 240 first time around and then completed the chase with 203 for 6, knocking off a target of 202 shortly after lunch on day 4. Keaton Jennings made 70 in the first innings and an unbeaten 78 in the second. George Balderson took 5 for 34 in Gloucestershire's first innings and 4 for 75 in the second. Jimmy Anderson, playing in Bristol, took 3 for 12 in the first innings and 4 for 51 in the second. Jimmy is just wow. For Gloucestershire, Matt Taylor took 6 for 43 in Lancashire's first innings, while James Bracey made 114 and Miles Hammond 82 in the second. Lancashire's win felt very professional. It wasn't serene, but professional. They began the final day 75 for 3, still needing 127, and Jennings was the calm presence all the way through. Michael Jones added 30, Arav Shetty made 31. Jennings batted through to the end. Gloucestershire did have a moment where they thought they might have had Jennings caught behind on 125 for 4, but the umpire had already signalled no ball. This is the sort of moment that makes county pros stare into the middle distance and reconsider every life choice that brought them there. The other subplot here was Lancashire having to juggle injuries and replacement. The scorecard shows that, Ollie Sutton replaced Ajit Singh Dill during Gloucestershire's first innings, and Harry Singh later came on for Luke Wells in the second innings. So Lancashire took the win, banked 19 points, and still had a match that looked a bit like it had been assembled from whatever was left over in the squad cupboard. That takes them to 54 points, 11 clear at the top of Division 2. Gloucestershire only took 3 points and are at the bottom with 3 matches. That is a brutal start, and I bet they're really grateful that nobody gets relegated from Division 2 yet. And yes, Jimmy Anderson in Division 2 is still a sentence that feels faintly unfair. The Lancashire were bolstered by Anderson's 21 wickets for the season so far. They've been, so impressive. And in this match, he took 7 across 2 innings. So even when Gloucestershire recovered from 136 all out to make 305 in the second innings through Bracey, Hammond, Lancashire still had enough quality and control to finish the job. The one draw of the round, the last game, came at Northampton, where Northamptonshire and Middlesex played out a high-scoring game that bad light helped strangle into safety. Bad light in April, who would have thunk it? Middlesex made 341 in the first innings. Northamptonshire replied with 409. Middlesex then reached 353 for 3 in their second innings before the teams shook hands. In the first innings, for the Middlesex, Zafar Gohar made 83. Joey Cracknell made 79. Ben Geddes made 65. Lewis Deploy made 51, while Ben Sanderson took 5 for 62 for Northampton. Northamptonshire's reply was built around James Sales is 164, Nathan McSweeney's 107, and Liam Guthrie's 51. Then in the second innings, Sam Robson made 162, Max Holden 86, and Deploy finished 66 not out. Robson was the star of the last day. Middlesex resumed on 109 for 1, just 41 ahead, and he batted for more than 6 hours, hitting 21 boundaries in a knock that was patient and controlled. He and Holden extended their stand to 165. Holden fell for 86 to Calvin Harrison, and then Deploy came in and added 152 with Robson. By the time the players shook hands, Middlesex were 353 for 3 and 285 ahead. 63 overs had already been lost to bad light across the first 3 days, and more bad light arrived on the final afternoon, which meant there simply wasn't enough time left for a result. Table-wise, this is a very county championship sort of situation. Northamptonshire are second in Division 2 with 43 points without winning a game, because 3 draws and a healthy collection of bonus points will apparently get you quite far in April. Middlesex lead on 54. Durham, with only 2 games played, are just behind Middlesex on 37. So Division 2 still has that early season wobbliness where one good week can completely rearrange the furniture. So if we sum up week 3, Somerset are the headline act in Division 1. They're top on 54. And unlike early leaders, they've got there by winning a proper scrap away from home twice now. Warwickshire's win over Essex might turn out to be one of the more important results of the round, because it drags them right back into the upper reaches and hands Essex a second defeat. In Division 2, Lancashire looked the most convincing side so far, 54 points, 2 wins from 3. Jennings making runs, Balderson doing a bit of everything, and Jimmy Anderson continuing to treat county batting lineups like a personal hobby. Northamptonshire remain draw specialists, but they know how to squeeze points out. Middlesex got serious value out of Robson and Gloucestershire are already staring at a pretty miserable opening to the season. And that's the thing about this round. Only 4 matches, but 2 absolutely enthralling final day wins. 1 proper rescue act with the bat, 1 veteran rolling back the years, and 1 young quick making everyone talk. And 1 table that's already looking a little bit rude to Gloucestershire. County cricket, as ever, does not need all 9 games to give you drama. Sometimes 4 is plenty. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more videos just like this. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below as well. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you soon.